Did you ever just want to get something off your chest? Welcome to the Ranter. This rant is brought to you by Oreo, the most stuff. Just what we need, more sugar for our kids. Did you ever go down the cookie aisle in the supermarket? It's like shopping for a car. They got more Oreos and different flavors than I've ever seen in my life. It's freaking ridiculous, but it's good stuff. Oreo, buy some today. All right, so you got an Alexa device in your bedroom, you got one in the kitchen, the kid's got a Dot. Did you know you can listen to Long Island News Network and the Ranter on your Alexa device? Of course you did, but you're not listening. Why? Because you don't know how to do it. So I'm going to teach you. Say, hey, Alexa, play Long Island News Network on TuneIn. It's that simple. Okay, this is America, right? And everybody's entitled to their opinion, even the Ranter. So I decided today to give my opinion about what's going on down there in Washington, D.C. Okay, as we all know, Donny and Nancy are not getting along. The Republicans and the Democrats are fighting like the Hatfields and the McCoys. So the question is, who is suffering because of this? Well, why don't we consider the 800,000 furloughed workers that aren't getting paid? The governmental shutdown. If you're a Republican, you say that Donny's got a set of nuts and he ain't gonna back down. And if you're a Democrat, well, Nancy's got her whizzy in a tizzy, and she won't back down. All right, think of the government like sitting down for Thanksgiving dinner. The family can't agree on nothing. So Nancy, she's the mommy. She says, we ain't gonna eat until we come to a reasonable solution. Donny says, well, I promised the family certain things, and I'm not gonna give in until I get what I want. Oh, and let's not forget Senator Schumer. He's Nancy's brother that sits in the corner, drools, and says nothing but, I agree. Now the kids are all invited, and they're invited to bring guests. So they bring their guests, and now sitting at the table, it looks like a true American smorgasbord. We have more nationalities sitting at the table now than the UN does on speech day. We got one new member of the family, a whack job, that uses bad language at the table about Donny. Oh, she's not a nice person. But then again, at times, neither is Donny. He loves Twitter, by the way. Oh boy, does he love Twitter. And let me tell you, God forbid you turn CNN on. Holy moly. Now, Nancy, remember, she's the mommy. She's pissed at Donny because she wanted to go on vacation. But Donny, he grounded the airplane because he said there's no money to fuel the jet right now. Now, Donny, he writes a speech that he wants to give to the family thinking it'll straighten everything out. But Nancy says, get out of the house. You ain't welcome here no more. So Donny says, to hell with you. I'll do my speech somewhere else, maybe down at the border. But then he realizes that's probably not a good idea. He belongs in the house, and he'll wait his turn. Still, while all this is going on, the people that work for the federal government are not getting paid. They're not showing up for work or they're calling in sick. Do you blame them? So back to my concept about Thanksgiving. We got a beautiful turkey sitting on the table. It's hot and delicious, and everybody wants to eat. But because nobody can agree, that turkey is gonna sit there, it's gonna get cold, and before you know it, it's gonna rot away. Now, Nancy has made the statement that walls are immoral. But just like a woman, she's built a wall up around herself that nobody can get through. And Donny, he's the daddy, he comes up with a plan of a whole bunch of concessions, hoping that the mommy will say, okay. But it's not okay. And before you know it, the whole family is playing politics. Well, the American people struggle and suffer. So the question is, what do we do when we got a family that just can't agree on nothing? The answer, we sit at the table, stare at that beautiful turkey waiting to be eaten, and starve to freaking death before we get an answer. Or a resolution, at least. Sooner or later, they're gonna have to change the name of the country. We ain't united, so how can we be the United States if we ain't united? Now, in all seriousness, this is not a joke any longer. It's gone on too long, and it needs to stop. Mommy hates daddy, daddy hates mommy, and Uncle Schumer's sitting in a corner hating everybody. We got so many things that we need to concern ourselves with as Americans. For instance, Russia. North Korea, climate change. Ooh, there's one. And now let us not forget Israel, Iran, Venezuela, and the traffic on the Long Island Expressway. Well, that's one for New York, but you know what I mean. So all I can say to all of you people down there in Washington, D.C. is, what the hell is wrong with you? You were voted in by the people of this country, your constituents. You are obligated to vote and to act on what they want, not necessarily what you want. Stop the hate. You don't like Donnie? That's fine. Don't like the president. But you're there to do a job, and your job is not getting done. It seems that you're all blinded by the fact that you don't like the President of the United States. Here's a little secret. He ain't leaving the White House tomorrow. So unless you plan on having the governmental shutdown go to 2020 or longer, you better do your job. Stop the freaking nonsense. I mean, that's my opinion.